Hi friends, this is Sarojin here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I'm going to discuss about PIM sparse mode. So PIM sparse mode uses a pull model. So difference between push and pull is in dense mode it uses a push model. It simply flood the information to all the receiver. In case of PIM sparse mode, it will not forward any multicast traffic unless someone requests for it. So that is the purpose of PIM sparse mode. And in sparse mode, we will use a notation star comma G. So star is from any source, G is a multicast address. And in PIM sparse mode also we'll use an RP. RP is a rendezvous or a meeting point for forwarding or receiving the multicast traffic. So through RP we'll register the information from source, and when the RP receives the information via receiver, what happen? Automatically the traffic will flow from the source to the receiver via RP. So that is the traffic flow. So this is the architecture where R2, R1, R3 and R4. So in this architecture, R3 I'm going to configure as an RP. So R3 I already defined a loopback address, and that loopback address I'm going to configure as a RP address on all these routers. Then I am going to go enable the PIM sparse mode. Then I am going to enable the routing protocol OSPF. So let us go one by one. Let us go to R2 first. Go to the configuration mode, interface faster than at 0 by 0, IP PIM sparse mode. So that's the mode I'm going to enable. Then let us configure the RP address. That is a loopback address what I have defined in R3. That is 3.3.3. So the R3 I'm going to configure as a RP. This is a command IP PIM RP address 3.3.3, right? So now let us configure the OSPF routing protocol. Router OSPF 100 network 0.0.0.0 55 55 55.55 area 0. So this will advertise all the connected networks, right? R2. So similarly, let us go to R1. R1 has two interfaces, faster than at 0 by 0 and 0 by 1. So let us enable there also. Go to the configuration mode, interface faster than at 0 by 0, IP PIM sparse mode. Similarly, let us go to fast. Okay, this here you already configured. So now let us go to faster than at 1. Enable the PIM sparse mode. So in R1 also I configure the PIM sparse mode. Now let us enable the routing protocol. So router OSPF 100 network is 0.0.0.0 255 255 255 255 area 0. Now let us configure the RP address. So this thing I am going to configure as a RP address. So IP PIM RP address is 3.3.3, right? Similar way, let us go to R3 now. Let us go to R3, go to the configuration mode. So let us define the sparse mode on both these interfaces, connected interfaces. Interface faster than at 0 by 1, IP PIM sparse mode, and 1 by 0, right? 1 by 0, let us enable PIM sparse mode. Then let us configure the RP address. So this PIM RP I have to configure on all these routers. So what is the command is IP PIM RP address, the loopback address what I defined on R3. So this is the thing I have configured. Now let us enable the routing protocol. So router OSPF 100 network is 0.0.0.0 255.255.255 area 0. Right? So one more thing is pending, that is R4. So go to R4. What is the thing? Fast Ethernet 1 by 0 I'm going to configure. Interface fast Ethernet 1 by 0 IP PIM sparse mode. Then what we have to do? We have to configure the RP address. RP address is IP PIM. RP address is 3.3.3. Then I have to enable the routing protocol. Router OSPF 100 network 0.0.0.0 255.255.255.255 area 0. So now we are done with the configuration. So what is the thing is, so R3 I configured as an RP. So what happened initially, source will send a PIM register message. So always the first message is encapsulated using the PIM register message, and the register messages are always sent as a unicast to this RP. That is R3 is an RP. So R3 will check for any traffic. None of the traffic is interested in receiving any group. So if it is not receiving any traffic from any of the receiver or any group, what happen? R3 will immediately send a register stop message to R1. So it will flow like this, R1. So R1, what happened after receiving the stop message, R1 will again start the suppression timer. That timer is 1 minute, that is 60 seconds. After that, again it send a null register to R3 to check any other traffic is interested. So R3 is interested in any other multicast group. So if it is R3, then again we'll send a respond with the register stop message, right? So this is the way the source will make a registration with RP. So now the RP will check for any receiver. So in case if the receiver is interested in receiving the traffic, what happen? The receiver will send a PIM join message to the RP. So that join message you can configure any multicast group automatically. It will initiate a PIM join message from this 3.2 to here. And if it is RP somewhere else, the join message will travel till RP. Similar way, the source will initiate a join message towards this RP. Now the RP has both the information, source information and the receiver information. So now the traffic will flow from the source to the receiver via the RP. So this is the traffic flow how in the PIM sparse mode. So now we have configured it. Now let us see. So it will always initiate a, we can see the traffic load, always build a star comma G is nothing but a shared tree. Star is for any source, G is a multicast address. So this is a default group. Still we are not joined any multicast group. Second thing, let us see for R1. So you are able to see, right? Insert the star comma G. So it is inserting and it is adding 3.3.3 to 2.224. This is a default multicast group and it is setting the bit WC. WC is nothing but a wildcard bit. We'll use it for a multicast shared tree, right? This is RP as a source. This is an RP 3.3 and this is the G is a multicast address RPT. This is an RPT is a root path tree. So now what we can do, let us initiate a traffic now. So now let us initiate a traffic to the new group 239.1 and let us repeat 10. So now it will automatically add this multicast group. Let us see. So immediately you can see here, right? It is built. It is sending the register message. V2 register message to 3.3.3. I already told you it's sending register message. Since if it is not interested, what happen? Automatically it will receive the register message from 3.3. From faster than at 1, it will receive the register stop message. Then it will again clear the registration flag. Why it is clearing the registration flag? At that same time, what happened? This will initiate a PIM join message. So even the source will register with it will send the PIM join message toward the RP. So RP will travel like this from R2 to R1, R1 to R3 in the form of PIM join message. So once it receives the PIM join message, it will clear the registration flag. So it will create the entry source comma this multicast address. Source is 1.1 comma this multicast group address. So that's the flow you are seeing here. So now let us see in R1. So R1 also you can see that it is building the periodic star comma G for. So it is also adding 3.3 comma 224, right? So similar way it will add for 239 series also, right? It is adding 3.3 and RPT is a root path tree. So similarly it is sending the null register, right? I told it will again send a null register to 3.3. Then after receiving the null register, it will again receive the register stop message. So none of the traffic is interested. So it will receive the register stop message from faster than at 1 from the RP. So that is the traffic flow you are seeing here. So now what is the thing? Still it has not received any traffic from the receiver. So it has to receive some traffic flow. So for that reason, what I'm going to do, I'm going to initiate a join message from R4. So R4 let us join the initiated traffic. How to do that? Go to interface faster than at 1 by 0, right? IP IGMP join message group is 239.1.1. So immediately you can see it will start a join message. You can see, right? It is building a join prune to 3.1. It is sending the join message to 3.1 to RP. So now it will join the RPT. What happened? That is the thing we call it as an RPT. That is a root path tree. That means initially RP has don't have any receiver. So once a receiver initiated join message to the RP, so it will join RP as a source. RP, that is a root path tree. RP as a source and this is the multicast address. This same thing it will do it for 239.1.1. It is doing, right? 3.3 to 239.1.1. WC is a wildcard bit for a shared tree and this is a root path tree. So this is the traffic flow it does. So now let us see the here also. Now let us initiate a traffic. So now let us initiate a traffic again. So now you can see the changes. So similarly, you are able to see the response, right? After joining this traffic, automatically, whenever I'm initiating a traffic to 239.1.1, you are getting the response from 3.2 receiver. That means the traffic is flowing from source to receiver via this RP. That is the traffic flow you're seeing here. So you are able to see this already joining. Join list is 1.1 to 239.1. And similar way, the same procedure. It will send a register message and the register stop message. After that, let us see. Yeah, so this is the thing I want to show you. Update fast Ethernet 1 by 0 3.22 this traffic. So 1.1 is already, this is a 1.12, this it already joined this RP. So now after this, what happened? It will already update this entry, update fast Ethernet 1 by 0 to this corresponding traffic. That is done by PIM join message, right? So now the RP has already information from the source. When this initiate the traffic, now it will always update the information. 3.2 from the receiver, it is joined to this corresponding source. So now it will the traffic will flow from the source to the receiver via RP. That is the Rendezvous point. So this is the actual traffic flow, how the Rendezvous point works. So Rendezvous point is a meeting point for source and the receiver. So it is a meeting point for forwarding or receiving any multicast traffic. So R3 first receive the multicast traffic from source, then it receives the multicast traffic from receiver, then the traffic flow from source to the receiver via RP, right? So this is the actual traffic flow. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.